This ain't your daddy's shoe no more. In fact, the dialogue for dad shoes has recently switched to the Jordan 11 being the choice of footwear for dads. I genuinely hope that triggered you. Just kidding. By the way, did anybody hit on the cool gray 11s? The cool gray 11s will definitely be my final sneaker purchase of the year, but my absolute favorite that I've caught this year has to be these joints right here. The Aimé Leon Dore and New Balance 993s, the beef and broccoli joints. I have a feeling I'm not the only one admitting that their favorite release of this year is a New Balance sneaker. If you haven't noticed, the brand has more relevance than ever, and it seems even Nike is starting to take them more seriously. Here's a quote from an internal Nike meeting that leaked earlier this year. "We are at risk of losing our most sneaker-obsessed consumer. High heat hype is killing the culture, and consumers are migrating towards New Balance and smaller independent brands." To understand what's at play here, we need to understand the origins of New Balance. So let's go back, all the way back to the early 1900s. Founded in 1906 by British immigrant William J. Riley as the New Balance Arch Support Company, New Balance made a name for itself by the 1990s as purveyors of comfort-first domestically manufactured running shoes. The brand reached new ground in 1982 with the launch of what has arguably become the brand's signature silhouette, the New Balance 990. When this shoe first dropped, it was the first sneaker ever to retail for a then staggering price of $100 US. With 5 different iterations of the mainline 990 series released to date, and a 990 V6 slated for 2022, the 990 V series remains a mainstay in the brand's ever-growing catalog of classic silhouettes. But while New Balance has always been popular, particularly in Japan where the brand has maintained a devoted cult following, their multiple high-profile collabs have really helped transform their shoes into the de facto cool shoes among sneakerheads, casual fans, and die-hard fashion aficionados alike. These days you can find New Balance GRs readily available at local malls, in sneaker boutiques, just ready to go. You can go on there and pick them up and buy them, and accessibility is a big part of why New Balance is thriving. In part 1 of this video, we talked about the Aimé Leon Dore and Joe Freshgoods collaborations that helped put New Balance on the map. Today, we'll be highlighting some of the brand's game-changing collaborations with Kith, Salehe Bembury, and JJJJound. First off, there's Kith. Kith founder Ronnie Feig and New Balance's partnership is a deep and storied one. With dozens of New Balance collaborations under his belt over the last decade, Ronnie's built a small legacy in of itself here. Since there's so much to cover in regards to Kith and New Balance, we believe they deserve a full video in the future. But we'd be remiss to not bring up one of the kicks that helped solidify New Balance's reign to this day. The Kith and New Balance 992 CL Steel Blue. Soft mint blue appears on the laces and matching mesh underlayer, helping accent the darker tones of pigskin suede that wraps the perimeter of the shoe. A few more 992s dropped throughout the year, but none were as universally beloved as the Steel Blue pack. Next up, we have Salehe Bembury. Bembury first cut his teeth in the fashion industry as a footwear designer for Payless and Cole Haan before designing luxury footwear silhouettes for Kanye West's Yeezy label from 2015 to 2017. The young Yeezy alumni would soon be poached by Versace, where he served as the head of sneaker design before being promoted to the role of vice president of sneakers and men's footwear in 2020. Since his tenure at Versace, Bembury has had several high-profile footwear collabs with brands like Anta, Vans, and most recently, Crocs. But it's his ongoing partnership with New Balance that really put him on the map on our timeline. Released in October of 2020, the Salehe Bembury and New Balance 2002R Peace Be the Journey broke new ground. This sneaker featured a distinct burnt orange upper made up of this hairy suede and spongy yellow mesh underlays, a signature material on all Bembury New Balance collabs and apparel from his own label, Sponge. The sneaker also featured subtle fingerprint graphics on the heel and a woven Salehe Bembury logo on the tongue tag. This was soon followed up by a teal blue Waterbeat the Guide colorway in June of this year, which was actually a better colorway in my opinion. In April, he dropped the appropriately named New Balance Test Run 3.0 Finders Keepers. Produced in a highly limited run of just 50 units, each of which was given away through a scavenger hunt across Los Angeles, the elusive slip-on runners featured fake fur, cheetah print uppers, a co-branded New Balance and Bembury strap securing system, vibrant blue and green heel cups, and a white and yellow speckled midsole with a Vibram outsole. Seeing as there was only 50 of these made, good luck finding a pair of them these days. The latest from the Bembury New Balance camp are these remixed 574's Yurt. Inspired by Bembury's love for hiking and based off the look of the traditional Turkish portable housing unit of the same name, these are definitely Bembury's most wild New Balance drop. Classic Salehe Bembury design traits like the extra heavy suede and spongy mesh panels are featured prominently across the shoe, but the wildest part of the shoe has to be the fully functional whistle protruding from the heel. Yeah, I get it. It might not be sanitary, but if you actually think about it, it's actually a pretty cool utility feature of the sneaker. Like if you're hiking and you get lost or something, you can use the whistle, I guess. So I think that's pretty cool. Moving from one Kanye affiliate to another, let's talk about Justin Saunders, better known as the founder of Montreal-based design studio JJJJound. Once a member of the now defunct fashion and DJ collective Ben Trill, along with other iconic designers like Virgil Abloh, Heron Preston, and Matthew Williams, Saunders had an interesting trajectory in the fashion world. JJJJound first started off as an online mood board in the pre-Tumblr.com era before moving into apparel and footwear in the 2010s. The New Balance and JJJJound story dates back to 2018 when they released a limited edition 990 V3 with only 100 units produced. But it wouldn't be until 2020 that their partnership would reach widespread acclaim. Arriving in either brown or green colorways, the JJJJound and New Balance 992 was wrapped in premium pigskin suede and mesh underlays, all atop a white vintage yellow absorb SBS midsole. It was all over Instagram mood boards and sneaker blogs, and it was one of the most exciting releases that New Balance has done. If someone told you 5 years ago that brown New Balances would be selling out in seconds and reselling for $1,000+, would you believe them? Since then, they've dropped a triple navy version of the 99 V4 and are rumored to be releasing another minimalist take on the 990 V3. This video is sponsored by SoulSavvy. The sneaker game has changed, and gone are the days when you were able to go to the mall and all you needed to do was be there early to secure a pair. And look, I know you don't need me to tell you this because I'm pretty sure you've experienced trying to buy a pair of sneakers or maybe even a PS5 and you fell to the mercy of resellers and bots. It's time for us real sneaker enthusiasts to educate ourselves on how the game actually works today. And that's where SoulSavvy comes in. Not only is SoulSavvy a real community with thousands of like-minded passionate members, but they also educate you and provide you with the tools necessary to cop the sneakers you want in today's hype climate. With a strict no resellers policy, they've taken all the best parts of a bot and made them ethical and accessible to the everyday sneaker enthusiasts like you and I. So why not give yourself a real at-bat the next time you're trying to cop a pair of sneakers? Join SoulSavvy today by using the link in our description, and don't forget to tell them that NachoAverageFinds sent you. Alright guys, back to the video. So what's next for New Balance? Obviously they have some of the best collabs right now, but how will they take on the big dogs, or will they even attempt to? I think they'll just keep sticking to themselves like they've always done. I for one am excited for the highly anticipated 990 V6, which I think will make huge waves in the culture. It wouldn't hurt if they expanded their basketball line either, but it doesn't seem like they're in a rush to do so. But what do you think about New Balance? What's your favorite New Balance colorway or model or collab? Drop it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And I will leave you guys with the part 1 of this video if you haven't seen it. If you got through this video without realizing there was a part 1, here's part 1. It's going to be here or here. Go ahead and click on that and I will see you over in that video. But for now, I'm going to peace out and I'm going to walk into that other video and I will see you into that video. I'll see you in that video. That was terrible. Anyways guys, peace. See you guys soon.